Hey guys and girls, this is Mike with Last Line of Defense. Today we're going to be talking about situational awareness. Now last time we touched on this topic, I made a quick video about situational awareness as it pertains to picking your seat at a public venue like a restaurant or something like that. So if you're interested in that topic or if you haven't watched it yet, you should check it out and I'll link to it up here or here, one of these sides, I forget which one. And today we're going to be talking about situational awareness as it pertains to transitional spaces. Now, transitional spaces are basically areas where you're transitioning, you're moving from one area of relative safety and security to another area of relative safety and security. So we're talking about from your house to your car, if you live in an apartment complex and you have to walk there, from your car to your office, if you're in some kind of parking garage, from your car to your gym, from the bus to work, whatever. These areas where you're in one place of relative safety. Now your car maybe not the safest place, or a bus maybe not the safest place, or even your office place isn't immune to violence, but we're just going to go ahead and say it's relatively safe compared to these transitional spaces, parking lots for the most part. So the main thing, and the cliff notes for this video, if you don't have time to watch the rest of it, is get off your cell phone when you're walking from the store to your car to the store. That's not the time to be distracted. That's the time to be aware. So digging into this a little bit deeper, when you park your car and you're parking in the parking lot at the grocery store or whatever, if it's dark, if it's light, it doesn't really matter because crimes happen at all times, as we know. You're going to want to pay attention just to your surroundings. At the very least, just don't have your head buried in your phone or in your purse getting something out. Wait until you're in the store because it's relatively more safe in the store than it is in the parking lot. And I'm not saying you should walk around scared for your life all the time, looking and thinking that everyone's out to get you. No, don't do that. Just pay attention to the people around you. So you do this by getting off your phone. You do this by looking around, not just like tunnel vision for your car, tunnel vision for the door, or you're afraid of making eye contact with people, so you're looking down. No, look up, look confident. So there's two main reasons there's a lot of reasons to do it, but I'm going to break it down into two main reasons to do it. One is that you're able to identify any potential threats. You're able to identify any bad guys. You're able to identify any robbers, burglars, crooks, kidnappers, that kind of things. Is it a kidnapper if it's an adult napper maybe? Anyway, you're aware of that, so you can see them, and if they're coming at you, you can run, you can call for help, you can get your mace, your gun, your knife out, whatever. It'll give you time to react before they're on top of you. If your head was buried in your cell phone, you wouldn't be able to do that. Now, a second very important reason to do this is because violent criminals, have been interviewed time and time and time again. There's tons of studies on this. And they ask them, who did you decide, or how did you decide on who your victim was going to be? And almost 100% of the time they say, I picked it almost solely on who wasn't aware of their surroundings, who wasn't paying attention, who I could surprise, who I could sneak up on, who didn't look confident, who just wasn't aware, who wasn't situationally aware, basically. So whether you're a little woman or a big man, it doesn't matter who they chose for their crimes. For the majority of crimes, obviously some crimes are specific to some people, but for the majority of crimes, it didn't matter if you were a man, if you were big, if you were small, if you're a woman. They just wanted you to be unaware so they could sneak up and surprise you. So the second part of being situationally aware in these transitional spaces is even if you don't identify the threat, even if they're well hidden, even if they're in the shadows, even if you don't see them directly, the fact that you're looking around, the fact that you're aware, the fact that you're holding yourself with confidence makes you not a target to them anymore. So this is a topic that nobody really talks about. I don't hear it touched on very much. It's always situationally aware, so you can profile people, so you can see you can see the aggressor or the instigator and be able to identify them and react. But even if you can't identify them, even if they're well hidden, even if they're a very good criminal and they're just blending with the surroundings, you can make yourself not a victim simply by being aware, simply by holding yourself with confidence, simply by looking around, simply by making eye contact with people as you go, because criminals also don't like to make eye contact with their victims. So say you're walking and you see some guy, and he looks friendly enough, maybe he is a criminal, but you make eye contact with him, smile. The fact that you made eye contact with him, even if you didn't identify him as a potential threat, the fact that you made eye contact with him now in his mind makes you not a victim. So two parts. Sometimes you can identify the threat, but an even greater majority of the time, you just simply make yourself not a victim by being aware. So this is really important because in a time when people are just have their heads buried in their cell phone, and it makes sense. I've done this too. You know, I'm running into the grocery store. I'm like, oh, let me pull up my shopping list. I should just wait until I get into the store. Wait until I get a cart. Wait until I'm safely past that safe threshold, even though I'm not really going to say the grocery store is necessarily safe. It is safer than the parking lot. So wait to dig into your purse, wait to get your cell phone out, wait to do all these things until you are at the safe location. Now, to just go a little further, you know, when you get into your car, especially if it's night, especially if it's dark, especially I would say if you're a woman, lock your door when you get into your car. Get into your car, lock your door, and then you can get on your cell phone, pull up navigation, do whatever you need to do, but just get in your car and lock the door. It's not paranoid, it's not crazy, it's not because you're scared of the world, it's just because you're being smart. So that's not necessarily situational awareness, though it is related to this whole situational awareness and transitional spaces aspect. So break it down. Get off your cell phone, pay attention to your surroundings. And that's basically it. See if you can identify a threat or a potential bad guy. If you can, great. If not, just the act of looking around will help you tremendously, even if you don't know it. All right, well, if you like this video, go ahead and share it with those that maybe aren't situationally aware, that maybe don't even know the term transitional spaces. Help somebody out. Help a woman in your life, a guy in your life, a friend. Just help them to be more aware. And not necessarily because they need to be scared of this crazy world, but just because bad things happen to good people all the time. And the thing that you'll hear more often than not when somebody is a victim to a crime is, I never thought it would have been me. I never thought it would have been there. I never thought it would have been in this neighborhood, that kind of thing. So when you don't think it's going to happen, it could still definitely happen. All right, well, thanks, and I'll catch you guys later.